Well, we're on take 2 on putting into gearing a camshaft. This is 327, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 327.
Yeah. I'm really getting tired of this.
Well, the one cam you wanted to run, it was bent from the factory. Even this one, it's right on the limits of what you will say is acceptable. Like you look at the old cams back in the day, they were nuts on. This one was out, not quite 2,000, and I mean that's kind of dicey, but. And this is a comp cams came out of the box.
Yeah, brand new. I just came in last week.
So the other cam he was waffling on, he changed his mind on. So we're
it's they wanted like different rocker arms and whatnot, so it's like 1.5s and 1.6s, and that starts getting complicated. And for what it is, we don't need that.
So we'll put this one in. We'll give it a quick degree. I think it should be identical to last time, but we'll double check.
Yeah, I'll give the specs in a bit. Yeah. Alrighty, I'll set this up and we'll keep doing this. Scorpions will make it better. I think so. Actually, while you're doing that too, I'll grab bolts. Cam here. After this, we're going to Home Depot.
Yeah, do some work on house today, so.
You got enough lube in there?
It'll be close.
Yeah, except I got another pack.
It'll be close. Almost the consistency of your oil.
Yeah, it's a different type of lube. Like I was always going to use, like I said, I bought this stuff here. It's like a gritty stuff, eh? That's why I didn't know if you had any, if you needed some.
No, I should just. There's enough down the bottom.
I don't like that stuff.
But you can see it's kind of almost like a. Oh, it's a weird consistency. We'll do the fuel pump.
Nozzle oil.
Yeah. We did check the lifters. They're all.
Yeah, I had Ryan check the lifters.
They all are. We'll say concentric to the ID. Just set them up on a V block. Set from the. Oh, there's the camera. Set them up on the middle. I'm not going to bother showing them again. Set them up and then run 4 ways out, and everything's consistent. Then we know they're in the middle where they're supposed to be.
Alright, I'll stab this in.
Grab the red. I'm just going to go grab another set of gloves.
Alright, that's fine. I'll start doing the time machine. So anyway, I'll give another spec when I'm done here. I'll give you the specs on the cam. It's pretty decent cabinets. They're mega thumper. But I went hydraulic, so unfortunately, so whatever, it is what it is. So, but yeah, let's see here. Do the timing chain. Too much stuff. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. Put that off. So what I'm hoping in this video we'll have it all mocked up, or all bolted together one last time. And then maybe the next video we'll put it on the stand and get it running. So that's my goal for this video in the next couple days. There, top dead center. Ryan already did that. You had it right at top dead center, Booger.
It was close-ish. Let me put it back.
Okay. I put it just on the bench there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I had to move the block.
Okay, hang on. I'll just switch it back again.
Alright.
Yeah, I just go grab the dial.
Alright. I haven't moved this, so I assumed you had it at still top dead.
One of these I got for a bag. It's not the same. Where's the Is it? I just topped it. Oh, I guess it don't matter, does it? On here. What's the top is you ever gonna get?
Okay. You want to take your duty off? Can you set me straight for me now? Install this guy. Oh, shit.
Here we go.
There we go. That's good.
You're fancy having with the worm gear on.
Yeah.
Crank it.
We're not fancy.
No, we're not. We did degree this, I think it was in the fall time, and it was on the standard straight up, because I think it has 4 degrees after and 4 degrees before on the crank gear. So we made it.
Yeah, that stuff's gooey.
Yeah. It's kind of like gear oil.
Yeah. Why not? Verify that. That's it. That's pretty spot on. Just that way, you know, you come back and you don't. It's good. You know.
There's gonna be anyway.
Yeah. That way you don't. I'll just quickly put the button in and all that, and then.
Our technicians are skilled, certified, and trained by the manufacturer. We know the ins and outs of your vehicle, including all makes and models. Fort Rouge Auto Center.
I set this all up for last time, so nothing in theory should change.
Well, no, long as, I mean, it's the same gear, as long as the cam was made off the master, that's good. The timing's good, everything should be the same.
Yeah.
It's the easiest and safest way to care for your water. Less maintenance, lower costs, and a longer
We'll have to. Didn't we use the dial last time?
Yeah.
I'll go grab it.
Alright.
That was our pointer.
Yeah.
Now I'm vaguely remembering this.
Anyway, I hope everybody had a good Christmas. New Year's around the corner. Not gonna lie, it's hot in here. Whew.
Also collecting food items to hand out off patrols, like pre-packaged snacks, juice boxes, instant coffee, and hot chocolate. All donations can be dropped off at 419 Grand Avenue Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visit the Bear Clan Patrol on Facebook to learn how you can join the patrol and walk with those who need kindness, care, and community this winter. 92.1 City.
On your radio, on the all-new Seeker app, on your smart speaker.
Playing 92.1 City.
And drums.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. There we go.
You won't get a copyright strike with the music on the background.
I don't think so.
Don't want that.
Well, it's getting warm when cans are starting to pop.
Uh-huh. Maybe we just like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That's possible.
Just the contextual for today, they're saying California rest in peace, and today it's some parts are not doing good again.
Yeah, I heard. I see it on the news there.
The water's terrible.
Yeah, the flood.
Yeah.
Anyway, probably shut this up. We'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, probably. Okay, we just finished degreeing this cam in. We're all good. It ended up being straight up. The last cam we put in here, we had to be 4 degrees retarded. Yes, 4 degrees retarded. This one was straight up. There's a million videos if you want to watch on YouTube. I don't think we're going to bore people with that. All we do when we do it, I just use this piston stop, put it in, run the piston up, run it back the other way, take your 2 numbers, divide by 2, where it is as true top dead center, or as true as you're ever going to be. And then to degree the cam, we do is we rotate the crank up to where we have maximum lift, zero that. I do it 3 times just to make sure there's no variation, as long as it reads 0 3 times. Then we read 50 thou after, mark our number down, which was it's on my phone. I think it was like 152.
Yeah, it was 152.
And then we go back, but I always go in the same direction. I just come up to 50 thou before, write that down. It was 48 or whatever it was. I can't remember. We did a couple times. And it worked out to about, I mean, how accurate your pointer is on this. We were about 106 and a half.
We're about 106.5, which is a.
And it's 107 is the center line, so we know we're as close as we're ever going.
Yep. For the way we're doing this.
And I thought this way was hokey, but it actually worked, because before I had a little whim wham up that went into the lifter bore. We just put the push rod in. I just have a pointed end of my dial indicator there that just catches in there nicely, and it actually worked pretty good. I thought it was a little hokey, but it works not bad. So yeah, so we have originally tried it at at 4 degrees retarded, because that was the other one, just as a baseline. It was about 102.5-ish, so when we kind of knew when we went to there, we're if you're half a degree retarded. And then also you get to how accurate stuff is, right? But
at least you're pretty much.
we're very much in the realm anyway.
Yeah.
So, and I made this years ago. I mean, I bought this, but I made it so it can kind of just has a little bit of friction. It spins, and then we just put a wrench on there and turn one direction. And I'd like to get a better degree wheel, but that was a cheap one. We must have bought that 20 years ago. But yeah, so that's like I said, I'm not going to bore people to agree unless someone really wanted to see it. But I mean, it's not.
There's better videos.
There's better videos. Yeah.
Out there than
Honestly, if you're going to do it, I would say the only thing is because you get a fair amount of deflection. I would rather have a 4th post in here just to rigid, make things a little more rigid. But yeah, just use a cheesy pointer, whatever you want to do. That's just a TIG rod, just ground to a point. But yeah, then I think the reason we did this mainly was since they're pop-up pistons, as you can see here, we don't want them to be touching, kissing valves there. So I think the next thing is to throw a head gasket ahead and
yeah, I've got that, and like I said, here's the
plasticine.
that's what we bought here the other day, so we'll use that. I'll clean up some stuff here, and I'll bolt the head down, and then yeah, we'll see. We just do that cylinder head, eh?
Yeah, just well, I mean, bearing equal, everything should be the same, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, within reason there. So.
All right, I'll clean up, and then I'll bolt the head on, and then we'll go from there. I'll clean that up, and alrighty.
Yeah, just putting some plasticine on. We're gonna check our valve to piston clearances here. Maybe not gonna be too fancy here, but then we're gonna use. Unfortunately, we're gonna sacrifice a head gasket. Some people might argue you don't need to, and I just would rather we got some shitty old ones around.
Yeah, these are just old ones.
They're right now in the uncompressed stage because you're gonna end up running that Velcro. They're within a thou, so I mean, I'm not gonna worry too much about a thou. For as far as the steel ring goes, where it's gonna compress down. So we'll put that on there. This is this old Craft Smart Plastilina modeling clay. So that'll give us enough. It'll push, and we'll see what we got for clearance.
Yeah,
And we got the mic here, and then we'll check it, right? Yep. So let Cory put the head on. We'll give her just a torque. We don't even got to go all the way crazy. We can go 30 or 40 foot-pounds. I mean, it'll seat the gasket enough. I'm not worried about a thou or so.
Okay, I'll bolt that on, then get the rocker set up and everything, and push rods and.
Yeah, because they tell us on here preload. Where is it on here? I thought I saw it somewhere on here that they tell us what to do for preload on here, but
Yeah, I thought it was in the book there. I thought I was reading.
I think it's what they recommend 3/8 to a half a turn or whatever. It is.
Something like that, yeah. Usually a half a turn, I think.
If we want to get really fast, put the dial back on there and see. But anyways, yeah.
All right.
Okay, we are not going to bore you with all the ins and outs of putting the head gasket on, putting the rocker arms on. We just set the lash right now. Comp cam says 30 thou plus or minus 10, so 20 threads per inch. So half a turn will get you 25 thou. So we just went half a turn, maybe half a turn and a smidgen. So now we'll. Oh, you heard something kind of compressed. We'll do a couple of turns here just to make sure. I got to call that good.
Yep.
Valves are going down, so that's the main thing.
Yep.
Not seeing any plasticine come through any of the ports. So
that would be awkward.
that's a good thing. So the first time I went around, I felt a smidgen of resistance, but
Yeah. Alrighty. I'll pull this all apart and.
let's see what we get. Well, it's the moment of truth. He's going to pull the head off. Oh.
Huh.
They just touched a little bit. You can see right there and right there. I think we're going to be okay. Like you see. Sorry if I should pull it.
Yeah, move the air. I'll move that.
Hang on a sec here, folks. This is a problem with live TV. There's the torque wrench and.
Alright. I'll go this way.
I'm not the normal camera guy, so see, it crushed there and it crushed there.
I think we're gonna be safe.
So what we're gonna do? Let's see if we can. I've got a screwdriver and I'll pop it off and I'll mic here to here. But I think, like, I'm just going from there. I can tell we're fine. I don't know how the camera's gonna pick that. That's probably at the lowest 200 thou, and the other one's even higher. So I think we'll be fine.
I think we're fine.
But we'll do it properly, and I'll get a little pick underneath. I don't want to scratch the piston. We'll pop it off and we'll make it. We're back. This is intake side.
Yeah.
Are you filming?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is on the intake side. So yeah, we got miles of room here. I'm gonna say you're about. I'll say it's 325. I'll call it 5/16. That's on the intake side. The exhaust is a lot closer.
Yeah. I noticed that.
So the exhaust side here, you're just about, I would say 3/16. So I think minimum they recommend, yeah, don't worry folks, we gotta clean all this out again. Minimum I think they say is around, I wanna say 1/8 of an inch or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You're okay as far as that goes, because you're using 1.5 or you're using 1.6?
1.5s.
So you'll be fine. 1.6 on the exhaust you might have some issues with, but a 1.5.
No, that's what, when I checked the cam specs, they said recommended, well, with the cam anyway, they said use a 1.5.
Yeah, so I could see why, especially with pop-up. And if you didn't have pop-up pistons, you wouldn't be too bad, but these are quite high on the pop-up pistons. So just curious as to what they gave,
And that's where the other camshaft, that one there, if I recall, it wanted 1.5 and 1.6s between the intake and the exhaust. And I'm like, I'm not going to start buying different rockers and messing around. And
just for, yeah, so they say minimum piston to valve clearance is 100 thou on intake and then 1/8 of an inch on exhaust. If aluminum rods, which we're not using, add another 30 thou, so we're fine on that.
alrighty, I guess.
And then the preload they give you is 20 to 40, and we're probably right around the 30-ish range. So. And our head gasket, like I said, it had the same steel ring as that one. It mic'd within like 1 thou, so I'm not going to worry too much about 1 thou on this. So this is an old shitty head gasket. So
Yep.
So we'll clean this up. Everything needs to be cleaned out one more time.
Yeah, I'll do all that. You want to phone and see if on the off chance if not, I'll have another head gasket?
I can see, yeah. Seems we're one head gasket short for this endeavor, so.
Yep.
So I guess what are you running? Damn it. My feet are no good, folks. Luckily it's not on the bottom side.
That's alright.
Luckily it's not the ceiling side. Although I'm decking a Model A head, so I'm set up right now to deck heads. But he's running a 1003 Falco.
Yeah.
Well, good thing she fell down on my foot. Yeah, no, that's okay.
Alright.
Well, the one thing we didn't check on that head, just curiosity, was what's the rocker arm look like?
Oh yeah, so we tagged the...
It's in the middle. So it's not bad.
No.
So your geometry's not too bad. You get away with stock push rods. I won't drop a head twice.
Yeah, because I was gonna. There was these are 7.8s or 7.9 stock ones. But there was a one that's like a 10,000 more that are hardened that I was gonna buy on, but clearly I don't think we need them.
No,
so
you look okay where you are. You're not running stupid left. So.
no.
Did you see these heads? You're gonna bother or no?
No.
Say 64 cc.
Yeah, they're usually the Edelbrock's fairly good. It's,
Not too bad.
yeah. Alrighty, I'm gonna start cleaning up. If you want to see if we can get another head gasket.
I'll see if anyways. I'll give him a call. I doubt it, but you never know. It's Sunday after morning.
Yeah, if not, I'll go to Auto Parts tomorrow. You'll go to Auto Parts, or I'll go. All right.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so it's starting to look like an engine again. Pan's back on, timing chain covered, balancers all on, heads are torqued. Rockers are on. I'm going to start adjusting those shortly here before I do. But before I do, I'm going to go grab an intake just to seal it off. Like I said, my plan is when we break this thing, and hopefully in next week or so or whatever, I will eventually be running that intake, just not to break it in because I got to get different carbs and all that stuff. But I'm just going to run a different intake. So I'm going to go grab a manifold now before it gets too dark. So we'll do that. I'll end up adjusting the rockers here in a few minutes. And then, yeah, I'll probably call it a video. And then I'll, I got to see what I'm going to use for distributor. I'm probably going to be using a Mallory Points. We'll see. I've got a couple of them. So we'll see, unless I bite the bullet and buy a new distributor this week. We'll see. But yeah, it looks pretty snazzy so far, so we're getting there. And if anybody is curious, yes, we did take the inner valve springs out. They're right there, so that way it'll help break everything in. So I don't know yet. When I start turning the engine over by hand here, I'll make sure to see if the guide plates are okay, if they've got to be moved around or whatever. Hopefully not, because that's a pain in the butt. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go dig out an intake and then do that and then probably call it a video. So yeah, stay tuned because let's see if I can take you guys for a walk. Let's see. Proper planning prevents poor performance here, people. All right. All right. That wasn't that bad. Watch the dog doo-doo. My feet are gonna get this. Yep. Life's hard. It's harder when you're stupid, people. And of course, there's a brick frozen right there. Okay, I'm gonna be back. And I'm gonna hammer or knock that out and grab an intake. Thanks. Oh, there's Bailey. Fudge. Watch the dog poop. Alrighty. Now my feet are full of snow. Ain't gonna fit through here. Oh crap, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh, I can't make that up, people. Okay, I'll go grab a hammer and a shovel. All right, we'll be back. Okay, guys, after adjusting some of the rocker arms, I wanted like, oh, I'll put a valve cover on just to keep crap out. Yeah, so that's a kick in the nut. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. So either two options is I'll get other valve covers, tall ones, or I'll see about if you can get those adapters. So I'll take a look at that tonight. I'm going to make a list because I need spark plugs, the plate for the fuel pump, fuel pump push rod. That's disappointing. Water pump I've got right there, a new high flow one. I got a fuel pump there. That's a good high volume pump. This is the intake I'm going to use. Probably my favorite intake in the whole wide world, people. It's a Portasonic Offenhauser. So, fun fact, I have the original intake that I ran on that car when I first did it. That's a true story. This carb I'm going to use, I know it looks kind of cruddy looking, but it's all rebuilt. It came on my engine that's in my 55 when I bought it, so it's good. I'm not worried about that. I'll get a rail for the fuel. So, like I said, I'm going to start making a list here. I'll probably end up finish adjusting the rockers tonight. I just wanted to kind of cover it up and see what it looks like. Yeah, kind of disappointing about those. Yeah, not going to lie. But anyway, I think that's where I'm going to leave the video. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Maybe clean up in here a little bit. But yeah, so at least it's finally come together. I can't remember if I mentioned it. If anybody asked, we did take out the center valve springs right here for breaking in the camshaft, so that helped. So yeah, so oh well, it is what it is. Anyway, I think before I leave this video, it's a day or so or a couple days before New Year's, so I'll say Happy New Year's and all that good jazz, and we'll definitely see you in 2026 when this hopefully will be running it probably another week or so. We'll see how things go, and then yeah, I got to get onto this thing. So I keep saying it, but just time. But anyway, as always, guys, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, good or bad. Hope you like this video. Like I said, there's a 1,000,000,001 videos out there on small block Chevys and everything else, but I just want to finally hear this thing run. So, adios. Bye for now.